Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we are unboxing orchids. Who's excited? I know a few of you are, and this is a big one. It is the mother load. Remember last time when I did an unboxing, I told you that I do have another orchid that I purchased from Orchid Man, which simply didn't fit in the previous box because the transport was too expensive for a bigger box? Well, we decided to try the express services of PostNL, which, what do you know, it's actually UPS. And even though it's still much more expensive than normal post, it is cheaper than DHL. So that's great, but I thought one big box for one orchid doesn't make sense. Let's add a few more to make the transport worth it, right? Well, I got carried away. Nonetheless though, all of the orchids that I have here, I do believe they're species, so I do plan to make repotting parties and just discover these orchids together with you. So if that sounds fun, don't forget to give this video a like, it really helps me out, and why not subscribe? I post 3 times a week. So with that intro out of the way, let's get into this box. Alright, well, this is not a species. It's a primary hybrid. It's the Lycaste fulvescens crossed with macrophylla. Now, there was no picture with this orchid because I'm guessing it is a pretty new hybrid, but I really liked how the parents looked like, so who knows what's gonna end up looking like. And I don't really have many Lycastes to begin with. I have the aromatica, which I kind of failed for a few seasons with, but now she's doing okay. She just didn't bloom. And I also have another one that I received in my mystery box from Orchids Deluxe that I don't remember how it's called. That one is doing okay too. So I decided to try a few more Lycastes because I just expanded my grow space. A tour will come soon, I promise. So I can expand on the orchids that I want to have as well. So first orchid, not a species. I lied to you, I'm sorry, but sometimes I myself forget what I buy. Alrighty then, I do believe I know what this one is. Okay, it's not what I thought it was, but still very exciting. This is Dendrobium harveyanum. I used to have this one. He was a seedling, but he bloomed nonetheless, and I fell in love with the blooms. They have a really beautiful golden color, and furthermore, they have a bit of a scent which, at least to me, smells like dandelions. And it just reminds me of childhood because I used to have a bit of a field of dandelions where I grew up. It wasn't a field, it was just a patch of grass, let's call it like that. So that smell brings back memories from childhood, but I know that not everybody thinks that this orchid smells like dandelions. It might just be something with me, but look at this guy, look how tall he is. In comparison to my little baby plant, oh my goodness. And this one already bloomed. Oh, we have a flower spike, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I really hope the buds will last. Usually flower spikes and buds don't last through transport, but hey, a girl can hope, yeah? So really pretty orchid. Very happy with this purchase. And I don't know how to put back the tag. It's okay. Oh, I know what this is. Wow, okay, this is Acineta superba. It is a species related somewhat to gongoras and stanhopias. It produces long pendant flower spikes that to me look very wild. You know, there are orchids which are just beautiful through their colors and patterns, and phalaenopsis are usually queens of that. And then you have the more wild looking orchids, and this one to me looks very wild. I really like it. I typically do okay with the gongoras, and I remember I saw a video from Orchid Web on this orchid and I really liked it. So there's something about this orchid that I really enjoy, and I sure hope it will do okay without much hassle. It's not supposed to be finicky, it should be warm growing. So yeah, stay tuned for a repot. Again, really lovely and healthy plant. Alrighty, this is a species that, oh, it used to have a flower, but the flower didn't take transport too well. It's okay. This is a species I actually didn't hear of. This is a Pabstia jugosa. I really enjoyed the flowers. Again, they look wild, not your typical very flashy colored orchid, but there was something very attractive about the blooms, and I just wanted to have it. I've never seen it for sale until now. I'm not gonna say it's rare because I really don't know. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. Maybe it's just me, but I'm happy to have it. And I do seem to have a new growth here. I don't believe it's a flower spike, but who knows? I know nothing about this orchid, just that it's beautiful. And I hoped the flowers would last on transport, but they didn't. It's okay. There's always next time. That is, if I properly take care of it. This is a Masdevallia. Because I did my cool zone, I'm gonna call it the cool zone from now on, I really wanted to get some Masdevallias as well, which are not supposed to be as finicky as the Draculas. And the ignea is my favorite Masdevallia at the moment. I tried to have it twice in the past. It didn't work out so well, but I want to give it another go. And funny thing, remember that order which never arrived? It had an ignea in it, and it was a big plant. And yeah, I think the package is lost at this point. I don't think anything survived. So I talked to Volter to please let me know whenever he has an ignea for sale. Any little division would do. I would buy it on the spot. And he said, you know what? I do have a small division. I'm just gonna send it to you with this order. And I was incredibly happy. This orchid has the most vibrant orange-red colors. I just love it. And hopefully now I can actually grow it. It is slightly dehydrated. Just like Draculas, these orchids don't like to dry out. So on transport, they usually don't look as fresh as a Cattleya or Vanda, but that's okay, she's perfectly fine. Alrighty, next up, what do we have here? Oh, the medium is falling out. It's okay, I'm gonna change it anyway. This is, wow, okay. And I actually never realized how beautiful this orchid looks like. I'm gonna give you a close-up of the stems. Can you see the little freckles on the stem? Oh, this is so gorgeous. It used to be called epidendrum back in the day, actually, and it produces really wonderfully colored flowers. So I do have this orchid for a while on my wish list. I was never confident enough to get it. I don't know why, I just wasn't, until I saw it for sale and I thought, it's now or never. And here she is, such a lovely plant. I need to do a little bit more research with this orchid to see what's the best way of keeping it. It might just be a bit of a rambler. I'm not sure if I should keep it pendant somewhere on a higher shelf or try to stake it. I don't know, I need to see some pictures, some inspiration, see how other growers are growing it and what I like best. But yeah, super excited. I cannot believe I didn't see this little freckling going on the stem. So yeah, more surprises for me. I think I know what this is. It's another Masdevallia, isn't it? Yep, and oh no, one of the leaves didn't fare so well on transport. It's okay. This is Masdevallia ova-avis, and actually, this is Latin for bird's egg or something like that. So this Masdevallia produces a cluster of blooms which from above look like eggs. Or at least if you have a big imagination, they do. And I found it interesting and unique. I didn't see it offered for sale very often, so I went ahead and purchased it. And except for a few leaves, which are just a little bit crinkled, it looks pretty well. I'm gonna make sure that she gets a good life, the best that I can give it anyway. This is a mount. I don't remember purchasing a mount. Did I? Oh, I did. Oh, here's another orchid that I always had on my wish list. Hi, pretty boy. Oh, he's so cute. This is Dendrobium senile. I think this is how you pronounce it. I don't want to say a different word and be wrong, but there you have it. This is the one and only hairy Dendrobium orchid. Again, I was never confident enough to purchase this orchid because he likes things rather cool, maybe not like Dracula's, but still not very hot. But since the cool zone is open for business, why not? 'Tis the time, isn't it? So yeah, you guys, it is unbelievably hairy and cute. I will not keep it mounted. Most probably I will put it in a clay pot, put it hanging next to the Draculas, let him enjoy the coolness, the little mist. I think he will do okay. He's just precious. I adore it. I cannot believe I had to wait 5 years to finally have it. Oh, the flowers are yellow and nice as well, but I purchased this orchid for the foliage and just the uniqueness of it. I told you this haul is a good one. The mothership of hauls. 2 more orchids to go. I do believe I'm gonna leave the Dendrochilum last because this guy, I'm excited for this guy as well. Oh, he's a big boy too. I mean, I see these orchids in the picture from the listing, but when I see them in front of me, they're just gorgeous. All right, this is, oh no, where is the tag? Here it is. Dendrobium thyrsiflorum. If you've watched my recent Orchids in Bloom video, which now is called Care Tips and Blooms, You might note that I do have a mislabeled Dendrobium thyrsiflorum, which is actually a farmeri. And I really wanted the thyrsiflorum because it does look different. And I fell in love with this Dendrobium ever since I saw it in one of Brad's greenhouse's videos. And if you thought that the farmeri looks like a bunch of sunny side up eggs, this guy is even better. I feel like the coloration is a little bit more deep, a little bit more intense, a darker orange on this one. So I really wanted it. I found it for sale, and I think it would be great to make a comparison between the two, show the differences, because I do believe there are some nurseries which have farmeris mislabeled as thyrsiflorums. I remember 7 years ago I purchased what I thought was the thyrsiflorum. It never bloomed for me, but it looked exactly identical to the farmeri that I have. And I suspected back then that I didn't have a thyrsiflorum. So yeah, I'm sure this guy is the thyrsiflorum. It looks nothing like the farmeri that I have. So I think it would be a good informative video. And now for the last orchid, the one that didn't fit in the previous box. Do we have another orchid here? No. Look at this big boy. Ow, it just slapped me in the face. This is Dendrochilum magnum. I'm gonna pan out, I'm gonna show you this orchid in a different location, don't worry, because he is impressive. And I had a setup in mind for it. I will see if I will go for it. You'll see what I mean when I repot it. This orchid produces very long leaves, as you can see, but very long flower spikes as well, and they're yellow and they're beautiful. And I remember again seeing it, I think, in Orchid Web's videos. I might be wrong. I'll try to find the video a long time ago, and I really wanted to have one as well. And what do you know? My opportunity arose and I took it. And I think the motto for me this year with orchids will be, let's just buy it because what's the worst that can happen? Sure, I had my fair share of orchids which didn't make it, but they all taught me something. And I do believe I got better at spotting their issues. So yeah, what's the worst that can happen? The orchid simply withers off? Yeah, been there, done that, I learned. I might not lose my orchids this time. Alrighty, so I'm gonna get rid of the box and show you the orchids once again, do the outro, all of that fun stuff. And here are all of the little orchids, which are not little, they barely fit the frame. It's okay. I'm so happy about them. And I think the fact that they're, well, mostly species, right? We do have a primary hybrid in there. That makes me happy because most of these guys, or a big part of them, have been on my wish list for a very long time. I was never courageous enough to actually purchase them. And that was a good thing, particularly through my semi-hydro and Lycaste and all of that transitions and experiments. I don't think purchasing these orchids at that time would have been a good idea. But now things are kind of settling down after a year and a half or so ever since I gave up semi-hydro and discovered what actually works out better in my environment. My orchid game is getting better. Alrighty, so the plan with these is to repot them and take you along, talk more about them, tell you about what I learned about them. So probably we're gonna have a few parts. I want to repot 3 or 4 in one video, just so we have time to properly take a look at them, see their roots and that whole thing. Have some chatty repottings, which are my favorite types of repottings. So let me know if you're excited for that. I will probably schedule them in between other videos through the entire month. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing and stay tuned for the repottings. Subscribe to my channel for more orchid videos, tutorials, experiments, updates, and other fun orchid subjects. If you wish to support the channel, do consider becoming a member or visit the merch store linked down below in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's always nice to stay in touch there as well. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Soon, a tour of the greenhouse, I promise. Bye!